Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And now that the carriers are dropping the deals for the iPhones, right? One thing I wanted to point out with AT&T, right? They have an aggressive offer, so do the other carriers. But AT&T is moving differently, and you can start seeing it little by little, right? T-Mobile used to be the carrier that tried to differentiate themselves from the competition. Like, we offer all this and they don't offer it. We offer something completely different that's really a difference maker for the consumer, and the other carriers don't offer it, right? So that's why they came up with the name the Un-carrier, right? But we know that's over. But now AT&T has stepped in, and little by little, with what they've added, it's really a difference maker versus the competition, right? So get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, plus incredible offers on the latest iPhone models and Apple Watch lineup, right? Sounds very similar to the competition. So it says here, no gimmicks, just our best deals on iPhones for every lifestyle without requiring the most expensive plan. That's one. T-Mobile and Verizon have really stuck to that, right? Especially Verizon. Verizon kind of started it, right? You have to move up to the highest plan to get the best promo. T-Mobile followed it. AT&T, they're kind of moving in a different direction, right? So you can get these deals for the iPhones on any of AT&T's plans. The lowest tier, the mid tier, the highest tier, you can get them on any of those. And then backed by AT&T Guarantee. That is a critical component to this for the go-to market. T-Mobile nor Verizon offer any kind of guarantees such as AT&T, right? If your service is out longer than what was it, 20 minutes, you're already getting a credit. Verizon and T-Mobile offer none of that just yet, right? So that has been, if you guys have seen the commercials, the digital part of it, AT&T Guarantee has been advertised very heavily, and they really don't advertise. They really have nothing else advertised within that advertisement. It's just really the AT&T Guarantee in some of those commercials. So that's a really big part of the go-to market strategy for AT&T, and it's working, right? It has clearly worked. And as you can see here, a bold new era of iPhone powered by AT&T. So you guys can read that. So just like any other carrier, right, for the iPhone 17 Pro on us, you get up to $1,100. The Pro Max, $1,100. The 17, you get $830, and then on the Air, you get $830. And then on the Apple Watch deals, you can check those out. So the AT&T difference. There are imitators and pretenders, but only AT&T delivers on all fronts, including, again, imitators, pretenders. You guys remember Dumb and Dumber? You see what I'm going with this? The nation's fastest, most reliable wireless network with the best call performance. Get the flexibility to upgrade every year when you add AT&T Next Up anytime, right? That's something that I wanted to correct in this video. I said it in this morning's video, I believe, but so it looks like AT&T has now added an option where you can literally upgrade anytime. I think as long as the phone is at least 33% paid off, you can upgrade, right? That's a new offer. That's a new add-on that AT&T's monetizing. They didn't have that before, and I had that massive issue with wanting to upgrade at the 12-month mark when they told me I had to wait till like the 18th month because I'm in a 36-month financing, right? So that's something that AT&T added, right? Again, trying to be more consumer friendly, trying to be more disruptive, right? Again, offering something that the competition doesn't, right? Now, I know T-Mobile still does it at the 12 months. I have that still to jump, but it could be, it could be going away, who knows? But AT&T does offer that now for $10. So upgrade early without worrying about the remaining balance of your installment plan. And that's really good because the carriers eventually want the older devices being upgraded, right, to take advantage of the newer technologies. iPhone deals for everyone, new and existing customers alike. AT&T was really the first to really push that. And then the AT&T guarantee that we talked about. Wireless and fiber customers get the connectivity they depend on, the deals they want, and the prompt, friendly service they deserve. All guaranteed, or we make it right. That is big, right? That's going to be a pretty big deal extensively over time as it gets more and more and more into AT&T's go-to market. It's all part of giving our customers the very best experience, which is why it's a good call to choose AT&T. And then here you have additional offers for FirstNet and business. But yes, so the difference here, right? You want to be a carrier that is a differentiator, right? T-Mobile has kind of gotten away from that. I don't want to say they're lost in the sauce because they're still claiming the Un-carrier. But AT&T is chipping at it little by little, right? Trying to offer something that others don't, right? And I think I recently listened to Jen Roberts. She's in charge of the mass market teams, and I think she has a very, very good understanding and a great vision of where she wants to take AT&T and what she wants AT&T to stand for, right? And she has a great understanding of the numbers and the position that they're in from a market share perspective. And she understands it's only up for AT&T. They're already in third place on postpaid share. They struggle in the mid-sized market, so it's only up from here. Being the size of company that they are and the asset base that they have, being in third place is not real. It's not realistically where you want to be. You of course want to be higher than that, but now you're competing, right? This is AT&T saying we're competing, right? There are imitators, there are pretenders, but only AT&T delivers on all fronts, right? So if you kind of pack that in, right, unpack that, right? If we unpack that in this video, AT&T offers the newest, latest, and greatest devices with the same promos on all plans. That's a big deal. That's a really, really big deal. That's very consumer friendly for people that are going to the AT&T channels, right? Whether it's the calling queues, the stores, whatever it is, it's more friendly. It's more convenience, right? If you go to a Verizon store and you say, hey, I saw this deal, or you can only get it on the highest cost plan, right? Well, I don't have that plan, right? Then it's kind of, that starts the conversation of either getting that customer into that plan if they're existing, or if they're a new customer coming in the door, they're like, well, I don't want to pay that price. And then the store rep will just say, well, then you can't get that deal, right? AT&T doesn't have that problem. Their reps are like, you pick and choose. You get this phone on any of these plans, however you like it, right? So I think that's a major, massive advantage that will add up and be seen more and more as each year goes on, right? As long as AT&T keeps that around, that's going to be I would say a major difference in the market, because you can go in and say, hey, I want AT&T starter, and you can get the best phone promos, and you don't have to pay the most. And I also think that's what's keeping AT&T's churn as low as it is, because people are like, hey, I got the best phone. It's on us. I'm on the cheapest plan. I'm going to stick around. And the financing is for 36 months. So AT&T, I don't want to say they're forcing customers to be there long term, but it works out for both parties. The customer's happy because they're enjoying the best phone with the best promo on the lowest plan, and they don't mind paying that price, and it's accretive for AT&T because that customer stays longer, right? They might even stay beyond the first 3 years, because now new and existing customers get the same deal, right? So you have them locked in on the lowest cost. They get the best phone promo, and then in 3 years they can do the same thing again, right? So now you might get them to stay 6 years or 9 years, right? So all of that is accretive to AT&T because the others aren't doing it. So it's like taking candy from a baby. At least that's how I see it, and I think the numbers show that, right? AT&T had consistently had the lowest churn now for the last, I don't know, 10 quarters or more, like lower than the competition that arguably have the better networks and the better assets and the better, the more scaled mid-band deployments. But yet AT&T has combated everything the carriers have thrown at them, the competitors, and they have turned it into a positive for them. And now they're really on a roll with being a differentiator in the market, even taking that away from T-Mobile, in my opinion. And I think it's going to get better. I really think Jen Roberts has a really good feel on the industry, better than Sampath and their strategy. And I think she's going to really take it to the market. I really think she's going to take it to the competitors. And that's why you see here, there are imitators and pretenders, but only AT&T delivers on all fronts. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.